Hi guys, once again this is Alfred for BinaryOptionsTutor.com here today to talk about a new little calculator we added on our site. We call this a money management calculator, and it's just a tool to help you develop a little trading plan before you go out and actually begin the process of speculating on the markets. Uh, what this is you're able to go in here and put in the equity on your account, and you're also able to go in here with this pull down menu and determine how much you're actually willing to risk per trade. I want to talk about something here. Gonna go ahead and click calculate. Okay, now we got some fields filled out for us here. You guys can see that if we are only exposing 2% of our account's equity per trade, you're going to have 50 shots at the market. Now let's talk about that 2%. A lot of statistics says 2% is a wonderful exposure because I believe, and this is just my personal opinion, that I believe that part of it has to do with the math, but also part of it has to do with emotions. When you're only risking 2% per idea, shot, bet, whatever you want to call it, you're not going to incur such dramatic drawdowns in a brief period of time, and you're going to be able to control your emotions and keep that logical side of your brain working probably a lot better when you can move and remove emotions and manage the psychology of trading. Now, I realize that this is kind of contrary to a lot of stuff that you'll see floating around about overnight success, but this is a tool to help you develop an idea for if you want to speculate for whatever reason. Maybe you want to speculate for a little extra income. Maybe you want to someday do this full-time and professionally. But in my opinion, I've never met anyone over a long period of time, and to me a long period of time isn't a couple of months. Never met anyone who takes dramatic risk as far as exposure on each trade. I know there are a lot of amazing videos here on YouTube to the contrary, but it's just not, from what I've ever seen, it's not reality. So, also, something to consider is if you get, as you grow and you get outside of binary options, if you don't learn to manage your risk there, you'll take those habits over into more conventional trading, and there's no place for them there either. So this is just a fast calculator to help you get a grasp of how many turns you have, and to help you maybe look at things logically. After a loss, you'll still have 50 shots left to trade and speculate in the markets. We also added this section here. It's a simple two-step positive martingale. We've all heard about the negative martingales. Okay, I've lost $10. Now I'll go in here and I'll bet $20. And then when it works, well, it's $30 turned over, probably in hopes of making $1 or $2, and it'll work on occasion, and on the occasions that it doesn't work, it'll dramatically tilt just the pure math and the odds of you profiting dramatically against you. Now, a positive martingale means that we've got that same first step of that $10 on that bet. If you win, there's $7, and we just calculated this based on 70% because, again, in my opinion, if you're going to get less than 70%, it's not worth speculating on. There's too much of a spread there. Just my personal opinion again. Now that first step would get you $7, and then you've got another step here where you'd be placing 1560, and you can see that that step there is going to get you back $12.32. But what's fascinating about this is 80% in this little calculation, 80% of the second step that you're going to take if you try these positive martingales is going to come from your winnings. So you're just trying to compound a little of your, well, a majority of your winnings for just 2 consecutive, winning trades. I like to do this trend trading, or if you can have the discipline to look for, after you've won a position, counter trend trading, look for another very strong position, and sometimes it's going to take a little patience and discipline to see if you can roll just 2 consecutive wins. And after, if that doesn't work, of course we will continue with our flat trading. So all of that's calculated right here for you. And I know that some people may say, well, what's the big deal, Alfred? You're only going to slightly nudge even if you win that second bet. The point is that there's an edge here, and the edge is $3. That spread between your wager and the broker or counterparty's wager. In other words, you're only standing to win 7, whereas there's 10 on the other side. This is to counteract that edge, and on occasions when you can pull off just 2 consecutive wins, you'll find that over time you'll be able to nudge that edge, that natural mathematical edge, in your favor more, and remove so much of that edge from the pure math that the broker applies. And for those who don't think this is a very big deal, well, that was based on 2%, but let's see what you'll get flat betting here on 3%. And you can see right there, the 12 that we were getting back there, that's more than what you would have got by risking 3% of your own capital, your own risk capital. Now, of course, you should only ever wager with money that you're completely comfortable with losing, because this is all speculative trading, and speculative trading is inherently a risky venture. But this is a way to keep you, if you can apply discipline and come over here and use these calculations, it's a way to actually probably give you more shots, and more shots means more experience, because you're going to have more time to actually learn how to read your indicators, how to trade your strategy, how to do what you want to do, and that's consistently profit. And it's going to help you to manage your emotions, is you're not risking and overexposing capital. Now, we went all the way out on our pull down here to 10, because I'm aware that some people are starting with not as much risk capital, and so and on platforms where you can't necessarily start, the minimum trade will be more than 1%. But in a perfect world, in my opinion, you would be at 1 to 3% risk per trade. That's just my opinion. Anyway, I'm going to put a link to our little calculator. It's free online on our site. You guys can drop by and use it whenever you like to help you develop a plan, and maybe even use it in real time as you're doing some two steps positive martingales, not the negative stuff you see all over, and calming down, trying to calm down that edge, that natural edge that the house or the counterparty has in binary options. Until next time, guys, I'll see you guys on the next video. Once again, this is Alfred with binaryoptionstutor.com.